outdone, outshined, and outranked by your wife? Well, I have. There's a saying that behind every successful man, there's a good woman. But in my case, it's behind that successful woman, there is me, Mr. Akanke. Good afternoon, contest chair, fellow toastmasters, and honored guests. Assalamu alaikum. Now, I already had my own identity and reputation. After all, I was Nashid, an MIT grad, successful IBM engineer, successful Aramcon, and an overall nice guy. But all that changed when she came to Saudi Arabia. When people wasn't sure about my name, they used to say, "You're Nashid, right?" Now they say, "You're Akanke's husband, right?" So how did I lose my identity from Nashid to Mr. Akanke? It began in 2009 when we joined Toastmasters. She started giving speech, and everyone was a hit, and the audience loved her. One of the weirdest things that used to happen was that every time Akanke gave a great speech, people will come to me, and they'll say, "Congratulations, wonderful speech," as if I had given the speech. Strange. She entered the division contest in 2010. Let me tell you, I was humiliated at that contest. It started in the parking lot. We arrived and the parking attendant came to me and he pointed to this far location to park my car. But when he looked inside the car and he saw Akanke, he said, "Oh, Miss Akanke, happy to see you. Have your driver park closer." At the contest, she was giving her winning speech. And when she got to the part where she said, "Me and Nashid have been married for 5 years. And in that time, we had only 4.5 arguments. And they were all his fault." I was sitting in the men's section. And all the men made mean faces at me. One of them said, "How could you? Nashid, shame on you." I found the bathroom, and I hid there during the entire contest. Her popularity grew after this division contest. And I remember the first time we went to North Park Toastmasters Club. I was standing right next to her, and all I heard was, "Akanke, it's so wonderful to see you. It's so nice that you can join us." There was no happiness to see me. At the end of the meeting, she got up and she said, "Me and Nashid would love to join your club." They welcomed her and totally ignored me. It gets worse. I remember receiving an invitation to speak at a Toastmasters event in Al-Koba. I was happy and excited that they wanted me for a change. So I thought I would boast about this to Akanke. So I said, "Honey, I got invited to speak at a Toastmasters event in Al-Koba." She said, "I know. They invited me, and I asked them to invite you so that I could be sure to get a ride." After going through a whole lot of experiences like that, I went to the one person in this world that I was sure can make me feel good about myself. My mother. And I said, "Mommy, I'm losing my identity. How can I be as good as Akanke. She said, son, you could never be as good as Akanke. She has a special gift, and you should accept that. Besides, as your wife, you should be one and not compete with her. After losing to Akanke all the time, being one, not competing with her, was a great idea that was very appealing to me. So, as a husband, shouldn't we all be one with our wives? Why should we compete with the other half of ourselves? So now when people come to me and they say, wonderful job, fantastic speech, for her work, I embrace it. And I say, oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate that. For Akanke's part, she's always been humble and always made me feel special. In fact, when she was president of Darwin Toastmasters Club, she gave me an award that nobody in Toastmasters history has ever gotten. The award said, to Toastmaster Nashid, best driver. As president of Explorers Toastmasters Club, I would love to return the favor, but I can't because she's too busy outranking me as the area governor. As the proud Mr. Akanke, I say, I love you, honey, but one day, I hope to win against you, not to compete, but to get my identity back.
We will now have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballots.
Test, test. Test.
Okay, I want to call contestant number 3 to the stage, Toastmaster Mohammed Issa. Impromptu Phobia, Toastmaster Mohammed Issa.
Madam Court's Chair, ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
If you don't fear impromptu speech or table topic, please raise your hand. Some people don't fear Allah. You ask them a question and they never tell you the truth. Who doesn't fear table topic or impromptu speech? Do you know why do they call it table topic? I asked once my mentor and he said, you see son, because when you speak during impromptu speech, you feel like you are on the top of a high table and you are about to fall at any second. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I can write a book about those who fear tabletop. Because I've been table topic master so many times. They call it table topic monster. During the break, when I go try to select names for people who participate in table topic, When I ask somebody of those, do you want to participate? He says, me? I told them, okay, don't panic. Have a seat, please. Bring him a cup of water, please. Don't panic. They sit down, and after 2 minutes, they come back and knock over my shoulder and say, is my name there? No, please, sit down here. Now they sit down, but during the table topic session, when I scan the room, trying to select a participant, they go like this. Trying to avoid eye contact with me. They naively think, if I don't see their eyes, I don't see their bodies. Indeed, those are the people I always select. When they sit there, expecting their name to be mentioned, they start to shake and vibrate. Sometimes vibration is visible, but sometimes you cannot see it. But watch the table. The pencil will be rolling down. And when they hear their name, their hearts start to function differently. Becomes like a drum in Arra folklore. Tumbakla, tumbakla, ta, tumbakla. And it becomes louder and louder until the drum here explodes the drums of the ear. And when they hear their name, they stand up and walk very quickly at the very beginning, but then they slow down. At the beginning, it's the stage of denial. But then they feel like a convict walking to his execution stage. And they slow down because they hope something catastrophic happens. Tsunami, World War III, anything that may exempt them from this disaster. And when they manage to make it to the middle of the stage, they stare very nervously at the tabletop master. They focus so much on the face that they don't hear the question. And they exhale hot air that strikes my cheek. And from the heat of the air, I sympathize with them, because I could tell how frightened they are. And sometimes I can't tell what they ate. And when I smell the garlic, I feel like to sing, you buff my face, I need a space. And after they hear the question, they hear another voice, an inner voice. What the hell did I do? I wish I had stayed home and washed the dishes. And they always start by starving for two things. For words, they go like, oh, making everybody in the room uncomfortable except one person. You know who that person is? The counter. The other thing they starve for is saliva. They go like, and they always start with, this is my first time. Who cares? All we care for, it doesn't become your last time. Because we enjoy watching those symptoms. And as they answer, they will be watching all the time the timer. Impatiently waiting for the green light. And the minute they see it, they go like that. Back to you. The beautiful thing is that they insist to turn the stage back as if they ever had it. And sometimes when they leave the stage, they leave it wet. Because they ever sweat. It's not what you think. And as they go back to their seats, usually they don't feel their bottom halves. It becomes numb. So if you happen to sit next to one of them, be careful. They may sit on your lap. When they go home, they hate to see tables. When they see a table, they kick it. And sometimes they wake up all of a sudden at the middle of the night. Tabletop. And even when they sneeze, just listen to them. They say, I hate tabletop. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want to sound and look pathetic like those people? You have only two choices. Either you become brave, say Bismillah and join Toastmasters, or say A'udhu Billah and stay home. Back to you.
We'll have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballots.